Well, hello everyone. How are y'all doing today? I am Val Dantzler. I'm an American living and residing in beautiful Kigali, Rwanda, which is a small inland country in Eastern Africa. And I am having the time of my life. I show people how to go from a life of exhaustion and burnout and just all kinds of craziness, which I myself was going through back in the United States, to a life of ease, okay? And I mainly speak to corporations, professionals, and just everyday folks who just want to get better, okay? So, not saying that this is something that just came from a figment of my imagination. No, I'm licensed. I'm certified in this, so I am very, very, very much capable of speaking to you guys about anything. So if you have any questions about living in Africa, what is it like? What was it like to go from the United States to Africa? How are you finding it? How is life there? Y'all, I'm ready for your questions. I'm ready for your questions. And I'm looking in the chat, okay? But I'm going to tell you, I'm having a great time here, okay? Life is so much different here. Like, you wake up feeling good. Just wake up. Like, not that you don't wake up feeling great in the United States, but there's a lot of inherent pressures that you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know when you walk out that door, are you going to face the wrong person? You don't know if somebody has a gun or somebody's going to hurt you or abuse you mentally or anything like that. You probably already have geared yourself up. I know somebody going to mess with me today, right? And you got your defenses up, right? Man, that's all that is stress, stress, stress. Let me tell you what. Living over here in Africa, especially right here in Kigali, the crime rate, let me tell you what the crime rate's like in Kigali. Like, it's almost non-existent, okay? It's almost non-existent. So I don't care what time of day it is. I don't care what time of night it is. I can go walking around my neighborhood, walking anywhere. I can get on a moto, go anywhere, right? Motos are 24/7 here. And I don't even worry about anything. I don't worry about anything happening to me. I don't worry about anything, right? Because the crime rate is like so low, okay? Now, I mean, you can still kind of have your swivel on, of course. You know, you want to be aware of your surroundings, right? But I'm telling you, it's like little, okay? So, that right there is a big part of it. But it is a beautiful morning here. Well, afternoon now. I don't know what time it is for you, but you can drop your city, your state, your country. Tell me where you're coming in from. If you're in the U.S., give me a 1. If you're in the U.S., give me a 1 because I want to know where you're coming from. If you're somewhere else, give me a 2, okay? Because I love you too, okay? So anyway, I'm going to show y'all what it's looking like today. It seems like it's cloudy, but it is not. It is not cloudy, okay? But I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. Okay, this is my balcony. Got a long, long, long balcony, okay? But this is what it's looking like, okay? And as I pan over this way, this is actually called Gikondo where I am. And as I pan over this way, this is where you would find like Kigali Heights and the administration is over there. But not just that. Kigali Heights is a great little mall. There's stuff all over here, guys. There's stuff. It's all over. Like, there isn't just one place where everything's happening. Things are happening all over. And see that? That's a moto. That's like our main way of transportation. Yep, just get on the back of a moto for about, anywhere from US 50 cents to $1, and they'll take you anywhere you want to go, right up to the door, anywhere in Kigali. Okay, so it's cool. This is really, really cool. The temperature feels fantastic here. Okay, it's really, really nice. Every morning it pretty much feels this way. About 70 degrees. And put my phone back on my holder here. Okay. Thank you for the follow. So, hi, is it Cheryl? I am in Kigali, Rwanda. Yes. And it's so nice here. Okay. So, thank y'all for the follows. Thank you for the follows. Oh, no, it's not Mexico or Thailand. But you know what? They call Kigali or Rwanda. They call Rwanda the Bali of Africa. So it kind of reminds you of that. But all those hills, it is a land of 1,000 hills. Okay? 1,000 hills. And it's beautiful. That means, to me, what that means is, I don't care if you want to put a house somewhere, if you want to live somewhere, you got a great view. Okay, you got a great view. All right, and so everything has $1 million view here. Let me scroll back and see if there are any other questions that I saw. But y'all keep your questions going. Thank you for joining us. Share this out, okay? Because some of you are like, you may not even be in the United States, right? You may be somewhere else and you just want a change, right? Well, this is what I'm here to talk to you about. How did I end up here? Oh, gosh. That is a great question, okay? So, I'm going to tell you the truth. This is the truth. So, I've always known for at least, it's the last couple years, I'll say the last 2 years, I will say, that I wanted to do something. I wanted to go somewhere, right? Now, years before, I was like, I think I'm probably going to end up somewhere outside of the United States. But then I just got busy. I just, life got busy, work, all kinds of stuff, right? Life ups and downs and all that kind of stuff. What'd you say? You said 17 people in here and they didn't like your live. Okay, we got to troll the skin effect. Let's give it up for the skin effect. We got to troll, because I always say whenever I start getting trolls, that means I'm making an impact, and I love it. Okay, so anyway, what really did it for me was the election, the United States election. Okay, so not that I was disappointed that the obvious choice was Kamala Harris, and I'm like, how could she not have won, right? But it doesn't matter. I said, I know what the state of the country is going to be in, and it's time to start looking, where am I going to live? So I started scrolling, right? And I like to look at videos. That's what I like to do. And because it shows you, gives you the eye. That's why I showed y'all what it really looks like out here, right? And I came across, I was like, I showed y'all what it really looks like out here, right? And I came across, I was like, what isn't even like, a dream to go to Africa. It just wasn't. It just wasn't a part of my radar. In the United States, we're marketed Mexico, the Caribbean, right? Puerto Rico, which is part of the United States, Dominican Republic, a lot of us go there. Those are the places that we are marketed, but we're not marketed Africa, right? Which is a mistake. That's why I'm on here right now, because Africa has so much to offer. I mean, within a little square mile, you can find so much to do compared to the United States. Within a square mile, there's like only certain areas where there's stuff to do, right? And you might find pockets here and there, but man, y'all, I'm telling you, there's so much to do here, for real. Okay? So I do want to visit Daddy December. Daddy December? What is that? Anyway, I'm gonna go back and read y'all's comments too, right? Because I see Belize is in the house. Okay. So anyway, I started doing a lot of research. First, it was Nairobi, Kenya. I said, "Ooh, Nairobi looks good." That surprised me because I'm like, "Boy, they got all these huge buildings. Nobody told me this. They got good internet there. They got this, that, and other." Wow, it's almost like living in the United States, but not the United States, right? So I was thinking there first. Then Ghana, is very popular. I was looking at that. But when I got to Rwanda, meaning when I started researching Rwanda, I was like, wow, it's beautiful. And I said, for this day and time that I'm in right now, I mean, Nairobi is good if you go into the clubs and stuff like that. Although Rwanda, if y'all have seen some of my videos, Rwanda got it going on too as far as, dancing and music and all that kind of stuff. They got it going on. However, I wanted to chill. I wanted to go somewhere where there's peace and calm and just chill for a minute, right? I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff going on back there in the United States. And I was like, oh man, I know I need to heal from some of this stuff, right? Well, from all of it. So I started researching. And I said, you know what? It is Kigali, Rwanda. Okay? And that's how I got here. Long story short, that's how I got here. And I've been here a little over a month. And I am so glad that I chose to be here, guys. The cost of living is great. Okay? I mean, you talk about stretching your money will stretch like big time. I went to the grocery store last night where normally I'll spend anywhere from $50, $60 for groceries. So US, I only spent about $17 yesterday for groceries. Okay? And that really was considered a lot. Because 2 weeks ago, when I went to just all produce, get all my produce, I spent $10.92 for a huge, heavy bag that I couldn't even carry myself. I got eggs, I got all kinds of fruits, I got vegetables, I got exotic fruits, all kinds of stuff, bananas, for $10.92. And I'm still eating on it. So, yeah. Any other questions y'all got, I will answer them for you. It is amazing, okay? It's amazing. And I'm going to tell you guys this too. I have, she says, where is this? Okay, how did I end up there? Okay. Thank you for sharing this live. Thank you guys. So I'm having a SoulCare Retreat coming up too. So if you want to register for that and get on the waiting list for it, then you need to DM me. Don't put it in here because I'm not going to get it. DM me SoulCare for the retreat if you want information on that and get on the waiting list. I also need your email address, okay? So DM me that. And then I have a community because a lot of y'all are like, hey, I want to know the ins and outs and the steps that I need to take in order to move to another country, especially if you're looking at Kigali. Then I have a guide, really it's a course that I have. But in that whole community, there's a lot in that community. There's group coaching that we have because I'm taking you from ease to from exhaustion to ease. And so you get all this stuff in the community. Just check it out. But all you got to do is send me a message, ease, and I'll send that. If you want both of them, then send me a message that says SoulCare ease, okay? And I will send that to you. Okay. Now, let's see. I have a big question up here. It says, aren't you concerned that the African countries will request you to leave because of current administration? No, I am not. That is the farthest from my no. No. I'll tell you this. I'm going to tell you like this. The whole world, including the United States, even though they act like they don't know, many of them, but I think the average American in the United States knows that what's going on is not, it's not typical for us, right? Like, it is not typical for us. So if anybody has any beefs with the United States, it's not because you're an American. It's with the administration, with the powers that be. It has nothing to do with me. Okay? Nothing. Okay? So, okay. Oh, thank you, Trayvon. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Some countries are doing this. Some countries are doing what, Cheryl? I missed it. I missed it. Oh, she says, okay. No. No. Now, I've heard, and what are you saying that they're doing? Because I've heard there's been like travel advisories and things like that. But that's travel advisories against going to the United States. Because people are well, what countries are requesting that? Because I haven't seen that. I've seen that now, like Namibia and places like that, they're saying if you don't have your correct documentation, you gotta go, right? So I've heard them saying that, but that's period. You're supposed to have your documentation, right? So, yeah, but not just you got all your documentation, you got your visas and everything in order, and you just gotta go because you're American. No, I haven't heard that. And if you've heard it, let me know what country so I can go in and research it, okay? But no, I haven't heard any talk of that, especially right here in Kigali, in Rwanda. In fact, they welcome, everywhere I go, they were welcoming me. They said, oh, you're from the United States? Welcome. This is your first time? Welcome, right? I mean, everybody, even from the top socioeconomic, they're welcoming us, right? They welcome us, okay? Cheryl said, I don't have the specifics, but some countries are requesting. I heard 2 weeks ago. Okay. Well, we'll research that, but there's nothing like that going on here. I can tell you that. Okay? I can definitely tell you that. But it's a great question. Great question, you know. But no, they're not kicking people out just because they're United States citizens. They know that it's the administration that's crazy, not us. It's the administration that's crazy, not us, okay? We're here for a reason, right? We're here because we want to go from being exhausted and burnt out to a life of ease. And I'm trying to tell you that if you feel that you can't, you can. Okay? You really can. So don't think of reasons why you can't. Think of reasons why you can. That's the way I had to switch my mind. Because I'm telling you, that was the hardest thing. Getting the plane ticket was no problem, okay? Figuring out where I was going to stay, not really a problem, okay? The biggest problem was leaving where I was. Even though you're suffering, right? You're not living life at its best. You know that life there is not giving you your best, right? And but you're used to it. You're comfortable for it. So your mind is always going to try to protect you and keep you in status quo. So the hardest thing is to change, right? Going into the unknown, right? And you really, as much research as I did a lot, still not going to know until you get there. So now I can say I'm on the other side, I'm here, and I'm like, girl, I'm so glad. Pat myself on the back. Girl, I am so glad that you did this. Okay, like I'm imagining right now my life back in the United States and my life here. Wow, you deserve it. If you even have, oh, I got a goal. I don't know what the goal is, but thank you. Okay. Let's see. I'm reading the comments, but yeah, if you even think that it's something you want to do, I'm telling you, you should do it. I don't have it. I do know Burkina Faso in Africa is inviting Black Americans to come. Yes, y'all. Many. I don't know really any African countries who are not inviting people of the Black diaspora to come on in. And notice I said the Black diaspora. See, Africa, there's a lot going on right now in Africa, and it's really good. Africa, and shout out to Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore. Y'all, Africa is becoming one. Africa is becoming one. Okay? And that is huge. You don't understand, Africa is one of, if not the largest continent in the world. See, they don't want you to know that. I remember on the plane. On the plane, they had this globe, right? And I was trying to see, because I do research, right? I'm the one, I go down the rabbit hole. I have to try to figure out why are they saying this when this is really the fact, right? And I'm starting to put two and two together, okay? So I'm looking at the map, and in all my years of growing up, we had the globe. The Africa kind of looked like this a little bit, right? Kind of looks like that a little bit, right? Africa, when you see Africa would be this size, and the United States would be maybe this size, okay? But there is a real map. Africa is really huge, okay? In fact, you can fit the United States inside of Africa and still have a lot of space to spare. Africa is becoming one. So when Africa totally becomes one, knowing that we have all the resources here, I mean, how much gold does France have that they dug up from their own land? How much gold does the United States have that they are digging up from their own land? We are feeding, Africa is feeding the rest of the world, the majority of the world, okay? But we got all the resources. So we're like waking up, we're getting woke, right? Wait a minute, if we got all the resources and we still got plenty more within the land, why don't we just manufacture our own stuff? Why don't we just strengthen our people and educate our people and give them all the resources that they need? I'm telling you, this is another reason to come to Africa. This is another reason to come to Africa. There's a lot of opportunity here. You can invest, okay? You can do so much here. And it's needed. And so you're welcomed to come here. You got to understand that. Okay, let me get back to the comments. Let me see. Let me see. Willie Brown said, I'm coming for you. Okay. I think that's a good thing. Okay, let's see. Africa United. Okay, one love. Okay, I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing it. Okay. Good morning, Valerie. I am in Kigali, Rwanda. Oh, Burkina Faso is amazing. I'm telling you. It's amazing. See, it took one leader to just have the balls to stand up. And then what's happening is the other leaders are saying, wait a minute. We got resources too. Wait a minute. We don't need to be treated this way. Like I'm telling you guys. You bet you over in the United States. Listen. God, so much I want to say. You spending a lot of time going really in circles, and you're going hard. And I know, because it was me going hard. I just gotta work. I gotta get out and work. I gotta do it. I gotta make the money. I gotta pay the bills. I gotta do this. And you work hard, and then you die. And you work hard, and you're tired. But what more do you have? Because you spent your time, instead of enjoying life, you spent your time like this. And for what? We say, well, we're going to fight. Fight. Well, we been fighting. And even when this administration is done and over with, we're still going to be fighting for equality. We're still going to be fighting to be treated like a human being, not by the color of our skin. Not that there's nothing wrong with the color of our skin. There is nothing wrong with the color of our skin. But we're not going to be judged by it. You see what I'm saying? We're still going to be fighting. And I just said, I'm done fighting. My grandparents fought. My great-great-grandparents fought and died. And people are still fighting. And people are still dying today. Right? I said, I'm done fighting. Let me come over here to the land of milk and honey. And just let me see. Let me just see if it's some milk and honey in this land. They got all the resources. They're not going to judge me by the color of my skin. Let me just see. And I'm so glad. I am so glad that I'm here, y'all. So come on, Willie Brown. Willie Brown said he coming for me. Okay? And Cheryl said that's why these countries are losing their minds. Exactly. Because now we standing up. We woke. We are woke. We're woke, right? I do too. I pray for them too. Dr. Clark said, if one do it, many will follow. And that's true. And they are starting to follow. And even the old leaders that were doing it the old way was, okay, we just go ahead and sign this contract. We'll sign our resources away. Okay. They get their life in a check, okay, while all the people suffer. Even those people are starting to overthrow those countries and say, no, we're not standing for this, okay? Okay, Cheryl said, what about the hospitals there? Great. You know what? Let me see if I can show you one of the hospitals, okay? I don't know if I'll be able to see it from here. Don't know, but let me see. Okay, right here. Do you see that building? Right there, smack dab straight ahead. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that is the major hospital here. Now there are other hospitals and clinics and stuff, but that is the major hospital there. Look how beautiful it is, right? It's very close to the golf course as well, too, okay? So, I hope you were able to see that. I don't know if you were, but I can see it. So, the thing about it is the camera is not doing this justice, okay? So, you saw it, Cheryl? The camera is not doing this justice. Like, What I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a lot of white, and when I look, I see a beautiful mountain. So it's just so clear, right? So it's just not doing it justice. However, the hospitals, y'all. So I was talking to one of my waitresses yesterday. I have not personally been to the hospital yet, right? Thank goodness. But she says it's free. Like, you don't even have to have insurance or anything like that. It's free to go to the hospital. Now, I heard other expats say that they have gone to the hospital to get checkups and stuff like that. They do a full everything with the MRI scan, blood work, everything. Something that would cost us thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. She got her bill. It was $25. Okay, and they don't hold back, and they care about the people. So it's not like you're just a number or something like that, and they're just giving you a prescription and say, no, I think they try not to give you a prescription, which I'm all for, okay? But if you need it, of course, they'll give it to you. There's pharmacies on every corner. There's like 3 or 4 pharmacies in every block, y'all. And you don't have to have a prescription or anything like that. You just say, I got such and such going on with me. What do you think? And the pharmacist will sit there and they'll listen to you and they'll give it to you, right? And it doesn't cost a lot of money to do that. So as far as I can tell, the healthcare is primo here, and they treat you like a human being, and it doesn't cost a lot. Okay. More, of course, I go in depth in ease over exhaustion. So if you want to be a member of Ease Over Exhaustion, just send me a message, not in here, but send me a DM and give me your email address. Okay, just put Ease and give me your email address, and you'll have everything from A to Z about Kigali, about what it is to move here, resources, all kinds of stuff, okay? As well as you have access to the community, you have access to other courses that I have in there, absolutely free. So just send me a message and I will send you the link along with your email address, okay? So it is amazing. Indicated free medical, free housing. Yes. Listen, Troy, he said if you're a mother and you're giving birth, you're not paying for no hospital bills. It's free, right? He's done a lot of stuff. And part of me is like, well, how can he do that? And I was like, duh. They just found in Burkina Faso another bit of gold, which is the largest amount that they've ever found in the history of Burkina Faso. And France is mad because they can't get it, because he kicked them out, okay? And he said, give us all our stuff back, because they had it was set up before where 85% of whatever that they find automatically goes to France, and France keeps it. And they keep like 15%. Something crazy like that, right? When it's theirs. Oh God, thank you, Lord, for Ibrahim Traore. He is changing the whole entire world, okay? The whole, even us in the United States, okay? Even us in the United States. So, anyway. So, guys, do you guys have any other questions for moi? Okay? I got stuff to do. I'm putting the finishing touches up on our SoulCare Retreat, which there is a early bird special that's going on. So if you want to know more about that and get on the waiting list, you can do so by sending me the message SoulCare. You have to DM it to me. Okay? Found a mountain of gold That's when our administration invited Troy to the U.S., which he declined. Thank you. Man, listen. See, they playing by the old playbook. See, we know the playbook. We know the playbook now. We know all the plays, right? We know all the plays. And it's like even the Pope turned down going to the daggone United States to visit the Oval Office. Like, we know it's all for propaganda, right? And it's all for you to be embarrassed, or for the U.S. to embarrass them. So it is crazy, okay? It's crazy. Sure, you got a lot of information too, and that's really good too. I like that. Okay, I really do like that. So, yeah. But y'all, I heard, now this is going down a rabbit hole a little bit, but everything has panned out. There's this prophecy, right? If you go check out this girl named Shay, Shae, I think it's her name, Shay. And she's got this prophecy, right? Well, she's really like I don't want to say she's a psychic, but she deals with the subconscious mind, which I understand how powerful the subconscious mind is. She said we got about 2 weeks and something's really about to change for the better. Okay? So, that's all I'm going to say. You can go check her page out and you can see what she has to say, right? I don't know how true it is, but she said by the end of May, Elon would be out. And she said that back in January, February. And boom, it came to pass. So, boom. It was nice speaking to you. Thank you, Cheryl. Okay, I look forward to it. Okay? So anyway, guys, look, I'm going to go. Right now, I've got a lot of stuff to do, to get done, and I'm really excited about it. But anyway, guys, like I said, if you want to know more about the SoulCare Retreat or my Ease Over Exhaustion group, then just put in the DM SoulCare Ease and give me your email address, and I will send the information to you, okay? But I know some of y'all got to go probably over in the United States, especially if you're on the East Coast, because you got to get ready for work. You got to get the kids going and all that kind of stuff. So I definitely do understand that. And it's about 12:46 here. So it's about a 6-hour difference ahead of time from East Coast time here. So I got to go. I got stuff to do. I absolutely love you, okay? And all I am telling you is that you can live a life of ease. Even if you've been trying to figure things out and you can't quite figure it out, it's okay. Don't try to figure it out. So this is really going into my neuroscience. All you really need to do is tap into your subconscious, which I say is right here. That's your connection to God, and it's 10,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind. And in your subconscious, all you got to know is what is it that you want to do? Even if it's just the fact that I want a better life, but I can't figure out how to do it, that is still a what. Hone in on that what, all right? And I'm telling you, you're going to get a download. Talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.